What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the InnerCityGeeks podcast. And this is episode 299. And joining me today is Brian.
Hey, what's up?
Chilling, dude. We're almost at 300.
That's insane.
Right. We're almost there. Uh, it's been a hell of a week. We recorded me and Renee recorded a bonus round this week for Obi-Wan just before the finale of Obi-Wan's.
Now, I didn't get a chance to listen to it, but
Okay.
Did your predictions come true?
Somewhat.
Okay.
Yeah. Somewhat of our predictions came through.
I mean, obviously, we'll get more into it when we talk about Obi-Wan.
Right. Yeah. But definitely go check out our pretty much our season wrap up of Obi-Wan before the final episode. So check that out. It's the episode before this one, obviously. But how you been, dude? It's been a good week. How you been?
It's been a good week. Still living in the city.
Nice.
Still living, which is great.
That's a great thing.
I am in the process of, still building everything.
Okay. It's easy. Okay.
It took me 2 days to build an IKEA dresser.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like 2 full days, and I was sore as shit for like a day after.
Nice.
And it's funny. It's like the dresser was supposed to go in the closet because ideally it worked, and then the struggle, and then it's like, well, it fits, but then you can't open the drawers. And it's like, damn it. And it's like, oh well, because like
it's just not wide enough, the closet.
It's more or less, it's the same depth as the closet we had at the house in Staten, but like it just, those doors open wide versus open, not wide.
Gotcha.
But no, it looks good. It's IKEA, so take it for what it is.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. We got our last weekend. I think I mentioned we put our rugs down. So then built a couple of more things
to avoid the noise.
Yep.
You can't bring in the noise, bring in the funk there, no.
No, not at the same time anyway.
Yeah.
It's been a good week for shows. It's been a good week for a bunch of random things.
Absolutely.
So, things I've been watching this week. So, the current season of Umbrella Academy drops on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I know off air you said that you're like almost done with it, and you started what, today?
I started it yesterday. Yesterday I made it up to episode 6. And then I passed out because I was fucking tired because it's been a long ass fucking week. Mm-hmm. And then today, just before we started recording, I was up to the last 15 minutes of the show. The last 15 minutes of the last episode.
So yeah,
it's good.
I'm gonna start episode 8 after I watch the current episode of The Boys. Now,
okay.
I would have watched. Normally, I would watch The Boys like when my kids are napping or something. But
but you were Bob the Builder today.
I was Bob the Builder today, but also like The Boys episode Herogasm is not something suitable for kids.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So just in case they
just the name itself. Itself. Yeah.
So tonight after we record this, I'm gonna sit on my couch and have some food and just fucking watch that, and then start Umbrella Academy.
Yes. We'll continue on Umbrella Academy.
Continue Umbrella Academy. Aside from all that, I currently watched Spiderhead.
Okay, yeah, you were telling me about that. What's that about? For those that don't know.
So Spiderhead is starring Chris Hemsworth and Miles Teller. And basically
Okay.
the plot is that Miles Teller is in prison, but it's not your like traditional prison. It's like they um they kind of like give you different medicines on like this thing into your like that's like in your spine.
Isn't it like they just do testings on you and shit?
Yeah, and
Like
like
clinical testings type thing?
clinical, yeah, like they'll turn up like testosterone, or they'll lower it, or it's basically like controlling you like a machine.
Okay.
Um, but it's really good. Chris Hemsworth is really fantastic in it,
He's great.
And Miles Teller's a great actor too.
Yeah, they're both good.
Yeah.
What I read somewhere earlier that Miles Teller was pretty much saying that he should really get out of that Chris Hemsworth should get out of the MCU because he's that good
Yeah.
to do
Well,
other
I mean,
things outside of it.
considering he's he really loves playing Thor, I don't think that's gonna happen anytime
Yeah, I
soon.
don't think so either.
Like he'll age out of the character and then he'll play Odin.
That's essentially that's not aging out of the character.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. He'll switch
Yeah,
quads.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I was called Thor today.
nice.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Not a bad
and
thing.
not a bad thing. I was like with the hair and the beard. My Nordic side is really starting to show.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Um, so check out Spiderhead. It's a really good action thriller
Okay,
on Netflix.
definitely check it out.
One thing I forgot to mention last week because we had a lot of shit was that I totally spazzed and didn't say that I watched the complete volume 4 of Stranger Things.
Oh, okay. Well,
Um,
nice.
and the new season is really, really, really fucking good. It's it's a return to its roots, so it's like more of that 80s horror than the previous seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. The season finale movie, well, it's like movie length, is gonna be July 1st, and that's gonna wrap up season 4, and then season 5 is its last season.
That's when they call it quits.
Yeah, but they also had that plan in mind. They were like 5 seasons and done.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I watched Umbrella Academy, which Umbrella Academy better get another season because it beat Stranger Things out of its #1 spot.
See, but the thing I was gonna tell you earlier, because I know you mentioned this to me earlier, is that whole rating system or whatever that's there,
It's bullshit.
it's just off the fact that like people watch everything all the time, and being that it's a newer show, people are gonna gravitate to the newer show.
Yeah.
So regardless, it's gonna knock it out of the tops.
See, and
At least that's how I see it.
no. You're sort of right though, because like think about it. Think about Archive 81. It was number
Right.
1 for weeks, and then
Right.
got canceled.
Yeah.
Bring back Archive 81.
Yes, please.
So, one thing I forgot to mention last week, well, I said it to you in the text, but I didn't say it like on air, was that the Lincoln Lawyer is getting a season 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which that I'm excited for, because the Lincoln Lawyer, for those of you that don't know, it's based on a book, and they had a movie starring McConaughey a while back.
All right.
All right. But the movie is a little bit different than the show. The show, he basically inherits a law firm, and he has to solve the case of who killed the lawyer that gave him the law firm, and it's him coming back from it, and it's him coming back from addiction, and it's a really powerful series.
Okay.
It's like because there's each episode has a case, but then there's the main case.
Okay. I get it.
And Nev Campbell plays one of his ex-wives.
Ooh. Oh, one of his ex-wives?
One of his ex-wives. Yeah, he has 2 ex-wives.
Jesus, okay.
I
like this already.
And it's really good. So things other thing I just started watching last night, I started watching The Bear with Jeremy Allen White, Liv
Okay.
from Shameless.
Okay.
And it's the story. So it's in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in Chicago, and basically the plot is, um, Jeremy White's character plays a chef who worked in Michelin 5-star restaurants, and then he's now back in Chicago trying to salvage his deceased brother's like a little like a sandwich place, like like an Italian beef, like traditional
Mm-hmm.
Chicago deli.
Right.
And like you find out like his brother killed himself, and like he's trying to. And his cousin is played by the actor who played Micro in season 1 of Punisher.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. He plays like a real piece of shit, but like you love the character.
Of course.
And
He's
like
a lovable shithead.
he's a lovable shithead.
Yeah.
And we watch, so the whole season's on Hulu, and we watched like the first 3 episodes, and we're like, wow, like this is really really good.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
What else have I watched? Um, did I tell you I watched like last week or whatever? I watched Memory with Liam Neeson.
Yeah, you mentioned it to me. That's right. Yeah.
It was not good.
Yeah.
And then you had like I told you, I said it on air. It was Last Seen Alive. That was really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I blanking on.
Didn't you say you tell me you also watched that Everything and Anything or some shit like that?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, how could I forget? So the two main movies I watched this week, 2 nights in a row, I watched The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Okay. Okay.
With Nicolas Cage poking fun of himself.
Yeah.
And Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal still, like, he was fucking great.
He's awesome.
Yeah. You know, like the whole thing, like, who's Javi? He's like, I'm Javi. And
Yeah.
it's like they become like super best friends.
Yeah. It looks really fucking cool. Real cheesy, but I like it.
It was cheesy, but it had a lot of plot to it, and it was actually really, really enjoyable, 100%.
Okay. Okay.
But then, yes, I watched the best multiverse movie ever, and it's not Doctor Strange. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Nice.
And
it's it's a multiverse type movie. I did not know that.
It's a multiverse type movie. Where basically, I mean, there's a whole lot going on, but basically, Michelle Yeoh plays this woman who basically owns a laundromat, lives upstairs with her husband, who's played by fucking Data from The Goonies.
Ha! That's awesome. Okay.
It's his first movie in
ages.
Ages, yeah. Like, because you figure he stopped acting, he raised a family, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
His character.
Yeah, because he essentially pretty much stopped acting after the fucking Goonies. I think I haven't seen him do anything since then.
Yeah, I mean, search him on IMDb, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
He basically played a grown-up version of Data. It was great. Like,
that's awesome. That's fucking cool.
Dressed the same. He had like the what you call it? He had the fanny pack and like little things that come out of the fanny pack. I'm like, okay.
Of course.
Data.
Of course.
Jamie Lee
Curtis. He got typecasted as himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, so Jamie Lee Curtis was in it.
Nice.
And one of the best actors in Hollywood that's still around and fucking still has all his wits is James Hong. Like,
yeah, James Hong is awesome. Yep.
Like, what I liked about him is that he was on Jimmy Kimmel a couple, like maybe about a month or so ago, plugging the movie, and like, he's so sharp. Like he's like 94, I think.
Yeah.
But he's so sharp that like when Jimmy had like screen caps of all the different, he'd like remember a line and just immediately just go for it.
Yeah.
And like including hit one of the images was I forgot he was the guy in Seinfeld like in the 90s.
Yeah.
Seinfeld Party 4? Yeah. When they couldn't get the seat at the restaurant?
Yep, I remember.
Yeah. But like the man's been around.
Yeah, he's been
And
around for a really long time.
yeah, so he basically plays her dad, Michelle Yeoh's dad, and like he hates the fact that like she left, with Data and like to start a family and whatever, because he was like
Of course.
disappointed because it was like China and like like in the time of like even more so then when it was like, oh, it's not a boy. So there's all that, and like Jamie Lee Curtis plays like the IRS worker, and like whenever they had, they're getting audited, and so she's their like auditor, and
Oh,
it's just,
okay.
but like the craziness in that movie is just bonkers to shit. Like it's better for you to watch it than to me to badly explain said movie.
Okay. I will definitely watch it.
It's long. It's like 2 hours and 20.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's about as long as Multiverse of Madness.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I love Multiverse of Madness, so like
Yeah.
I'll enjoy this one too.
I'm excited that that's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I can't wait to watch it. I mean,
I can't wait to watch it again. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters, but that was the only time I saw it.
Yep. Same here.
Yeah, aside from all that, I think that's nothing else. I mean, Kenobi and Miss Marvel, but that's what we're going to talk about anyway in a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, as for me, last week I had the children with me, and we went up to De Leon Springs with my chapter of the Bearded Villains. Swamp Side all the way up to De Leon Springs, which is about 2.5 hours from here, up further north of Orlando, which is on the East Coast. And it was fun. It was really fun. It was an interesting drive because I hate driving at nighttime, so I had to leave here at like 4:30 in the morning to get there like around 7, and wound up getting there like around 7:30 or so, and we had to, of course, get in line because the Springs they tend to, people get there early, and there's a line. And there was a line of like about 15 cars by the time we got there. And I was like, okay, yeah. So I will I will put my car in park and I'll sit here and wait until they open at 8 o'clock. And some of the guys in my chapter were already there by the time I got there. I think I was the last one to get there, but I still had a line or whatever. I still got a line, and we rented a whole pavilion or whatever. It was usually like $6 to get in per car, which is not bad because a lot of places they'll charge you per person. It was just $6 per car. But the good thing is that by the time when we got up to the place to pay, they're pretty much like, oh yeah, go right ahead, go right in. I don't know if they were doing like a Father's Day type special or if it was just a somebody paid it forward and we're like, yo, like you don't have to pay anything. I was like, oh, okay, even better. Of course, like I went there, like it was the first time I ever went to a Springs of anything. And it was really fucking nice. It was a nice, real cool place to be away from everything. And for the first time, like, because I usually, like, if I go to the beach and stuff like that, I'll just go in, I'll, like, dunk my feet in a little bit, and I'll just walk away. Because first, I'm like, I don't know how to fucking swim. Like, I never know how to swim. I've always lived on the 5th floor, and, like, my parents were always like, fuck going to a fucking public pool, because they're gross. And I didn't know anybody that had a pool back then. So, so we basically, I stood away from it. And the only pool that I had was, like, a little kiddie pool that I would put in the hallway of the building. So we went, and it was really cool. It was really nice. It went from like the place that everybody can go into it went from 3 feet to 30 feet, and as far as deep wise, it was fucking insane. It was really good, really fun. You step into the water, and it's fucking cold as shit. Granted, it's not really cold, but it was like 94 degrees outside. So stepping into the water, and it was like about a good 73 degrees, the water.
So it was that body shock.
Yeah, it was that body shock. That first step in, you're like, "Holy shit, it's fucking cold." But then once you get in, once you start feeling you feel the weather, you're just like, "Yeah, this shit feels really fucking good."
That's how that felt with Sesame Place.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like in the splash pool, but we had our own like cabana, and like the splash pool, it's like you step in, you're like, oh shit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then like you slowly start inching, you know, and they had like a little like mini waterfall because it's like for kids, it's it's a hose with like the leaky tape around it,
Of course.
you know, and like just going under that with the girls, I'm like, oh crap, like this is cold, but then like the
Mm-hmm.
next, I'm like, oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Well, after a while, you're just like, "Oh yeah, I'm used to this already.
Mm-hmm.
I could do this all day." Yeah, but it was really really fun. We went there, we chilled, we barbecued because of course they had grills and everything out for everybody to use and stuff like that. It was really really cool. And then of course the drive back was not bad. It wasn't a bad drive because of course there wasn't really too much traffic. By the time we left, it was like around 3 o'clock. I got back like around 5 6. Um, and it was cool. It wasn't bad. Like it was really nice. It was a lot better than I expected it to be. It was super fun. Um, really chill, really chill. And it was also good to spend time with the kids. Down in far away from everything that we're usually around. Especially for like Father's Day weekend, it was really cool. It was really cool to be out there. So I enjoyed it. I had a good time. As far as wow, stuff that I watched. Um, I watched. Of course, we're gonna talk about Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel, but also like I mentioned earlier, it was like I watched the hell out of Umbrella Academy. It's fucking good.
This season's so fucking good,
It's fucking insanely good.
and I mean, not to go into spoiler territory because the show literally just dropped on Friday.
Literally, just dropped
Yeah. So I'm sorry, not Friday. Fucking
Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah, it literally came out yesterday.
Yeah.
So I mean, we all know that Ellen Page
Mm-hmm.
transitioned into become Elliot, and that's so
Yep.
fucking awesome.
Yep.
But the way they had Vanya transition into Victor,
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
They did a really good job
they
with
did a
it.
great job, and like,
Yeah.
and you can tell like not just the character, but like you could tell the actor themselves, like
Mm-hmm.
they're happier in their skin, therefore they're happier
Mm-hmm.
acting,
Absolutely.
you know, and like because in the season 2, which was like what 2020.
Yep. Like 2 years
So
ago. Yeah.
yeah, about 2 years ago. Like this is when all this stuff was going on, and like, and you could see that the character Vanya was like not happy, even though like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, yes, she's supposed to be a miserable person.
Yeah, she's supposed to be emo as fuck on the show.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
but like, I like that they were able to explore her sexuality like that with falling in love with the girl, you know, in where the fuck were they, in Texas?
Yep.
Yeah, and then
In
like,
Texas in the '60s, in the late
Texas in the
'60s.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you fast forward to now, and it's like they show why she is now he, and how they did the whole thing, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're now she's more comfortable as what she belongs, and that's as
Yep.
Victor.
Yep.
Just like, you know, we all know that Ellen Page was not happy as Ellen, and you
Yeah.
know, and chose to be Victor, not Victor, chose to be
Elliot.
because like that's
Elliot.
what he believed he was, and
Yeah.
you know, it's just great.
Yeah. It's really
But,
good. They
yeah.
did a really good job with that.
Like, so shout out to the writers for
Mm-hmm.
doing that really
Yeah.
smoothly. But no, Umbrella Academy season 3.
It's fucking good. It's really fucking good.
Their strongest season so far,
Yep.
in my opinion.
Yep. And it's different because like we've mentioned before, like we like that they continue with the story, but the fact that they're bringing different elements into the show and doing different things to make it more watchable is really fucking fun. I like that. I like that they do that. And how they switch it up just a little bit. And how they change the story just a little bit. So that way you can watch it and just be like, oh, this is really good. No sound from you, no sound from you.
Okay. Sorry. Technical difficulties on my end again.
Okay. I thought it was tripping.
No. So what was the last thing you heard?
Um, I don't remember what was the last thing I heard, but I know we went into I was going into the fact that like how every show is just a little bit different. Every season is just a little bit different than the
But
last.
did you hear me say that this is their strongest season?
Yes,
Okay. So all
yes,
right.
I did hear that.
So sorry, folks. So I couldn't hear Steve, but he was still able to hear me, which means you guys were, and that's great. Um, so technical difficulties part 2.
Yeah.
Not
Or as we used to say back in the day, testicle difficulties.
yes, testicle difficulties.
Testicle difficulties. Yes. No, but it's a really good season. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I said, like I was saying, like it's I like how they adjust with the times and they make things just that much more appealing to a larger crowd because of course you want to be as inclusive as possible, and they did a really good job with it so far, and I like it. I want to see where the rest of the show's going to go. I want to see how far they'll take
Yeah,
it and how
like
much into the comic lore it'll go into.
the showrunner basically said, the showrunner basically said that he what's call it, he has an idea for how it's going to end, and he wants it to end before the graphic novel. So that'd be interesting to see, because I know you don't want to follow suit of The Walking Dead, which took forever and ever, and it's still going and still going, and even though it's the final season, it's like never ending. Um, but no, each character on The Walking Dead, I'm sorry, not The Walking Dead, each character on Umbrella Academy this season has definitely grown. We already spoke about Vanya turning into Victor, but the actor playing Klaus, like, he made his, like, Klaus has always been one of those, like, fucking strange characters, and I mean, I loved him in season 2. He was the freaking the cult leader, but then like,
Yeah, I really did enjoy that cult leader thing. That was really fucking cool.
but then like, yeah, but then like like his evolution has just been great. Like the whole like exploring the fact that he's fucking immortal, basically. Like he has some level of immortality, because like when he gets like, I mean, fuck it, we're just watch the damn show, but like he gets killed in one episode and you're like, oh shit, that's the end of Klaus. And then you see this whole like thing going on, and then he basically like has a healing factor, uh and so um yeah, so basically uh um all the characters really have some great um
I really like how they delve into more of this dude one's little story and how they're pretty much like like he's pretty much been like, even though he is number one, he's the first one.
mm-hmm.
How they go into his story and now they're like like he was the first one, but they just did so much shit with him that they just didn't know what to do with him either. That's why they wound
Yeah.
up sending him into space and sending and having him do his thing out there instead of being around the family, especially after their brother died and shit.
Mm-hmm. And truthfully, one of the great storylines going on too is Allison, how she's all fucked up from the remnants of season 2. Like her daughter gets killed by by the kid when he first gets the powers. And then like the whole aspect of her husband in the 60s, but it's not real, and like she's grieving nothing at the same time that she's grieving everything, and like it's just so, like I mean that actress is really good. I mean she's part of the cast of Hamilton, the original cast.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
great.
And she was in some movie recently with Liam Neeson too, which was pretty good. Anyway, so what happened is that all the characters have really evolved, and aside from all that, one of my favorite moments of this season, truthfully, is the retelling of the opening, where instead of it being, these are the kids, and it's like now it's like this is the Sparrow Academy.
Yeah, I love that because of course it kind of retcons the fact that like this is what happened in this timeline, because essentially this is a totally different timeline that's going on right now.
And like I keep forgetting that right now they're in 1989.
I forgot about that too.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is so modern. I'm like, oh, they're actually in 1989, and then there was that whole thing with what's her name, the crazy chick that Diego met in the asylum.
Yeah, that's great.
Like,
who was it? Lila or something? Lila, yeah.
Lila, yeah. But I love how like her character evolved too, and like now she's with them instead of trying to kill them, and
because essentially at this point she's pretty much learned a bunch of things, because she's part of the community of the time people or whatever.
Yeah, and what I liked with her, like with the whole thing is like her going back to the destruction of the Berlin Wall.
That was really cool. I like how they did that. It was really cool. It was very different because of course you don't expect to see something like that.
No, and then like as I was telling you, the kid that plays Stan is from Euphoria. He played Ashtray. And
yeah, I don't think I've only seen a few episodes of Euphoria, and I don't even remember seeing him then.
You have to be in the mood to watch Euphoria because it's so fucking dark and depressing, and you're like, holy shit, like these are the kids of America today in like rough neighborhoods and whatnot, and how each one goes through a different story arc with the way they were raised, but no, as for this, like I really like this kid could act because he's such a different character on that show. Like on Euphoria, he's like covered in tattoos, and he's like a real he's like a drug dealer, gun runner, at like what 12, 13 years old. But in this, he's like, yeah, I just want to get like a slushie.
Yeah, he plays like a real kid.
Yeah.
But he's a mischievous real kid because of course his dad is a mischievous motherfucker, and so is his mom.
But no, like the whole plot with Diego, it's been good.
I fucking love Luther's story with Sloane. Yeah, because first off, I'll say it like what's her face? She's fucking hot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Rodriguez. What the fuck is her first name?
Genesis.
Yeah, Genesis Rodriguez. Oh, she's fucking hot. But she's fucking good too. And I really like her character. Her character is really damn good. She's one of those characters like, where is she gonna go with this? Because of course she does seem very bubbly, very different to what we've seen as far as the Umbrella Academy. She's the complete opposite of everybody there. Everybody's there is a little twisted, but she is completely different than what we've seen before. In that she's very open to people. She's very, very talkative with people, and especially people that are completely different than what she knows and what she's used to. Because she's used to being around the Sparrows that are pretty much like very like gung ho. Let's do this way or whatever. She's like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. Which kind of falls into what Luther's about, because Luther's like, oh well, but I like it. I like their little story, and It's interesting. It's interesting. You're gonna be interested to see what's gonna happen after she's at episode 8.
And like, I'm
And
excited.
it gets crazy.
And it's crazy because like each episode of that show gets crazier and crazier. So yeah.
Yeah. Wait till you get to episode 10. You're just like, Jesus Christ, it gets crazy. It's fucking good.
Even though it's a different timeline, I enjoyed seeing the return of Pogo.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then like, yeah, it's like it's crazy. It's like how the show's just fucking great, and I love. They're like, yo, like, why is Ben a dick?
Yeah, but you kind of get it because he's kind of forced to be number 1.
Yeah,
when he was number 2 in the past. Yeah, but it was cool to see him in his real life, I guess, his real character.
Oh, absolutely. Now with all the one of the craziest characters in the Sparrows was the one that that was all like disfigured, where like you could punch him
the
in
blob
face.
looking dude,
yeah, but like you punch him in the face, and like
who was it, Alberto?
Yeah. Right. He's like, punch me, and like you punch him, and then like you get the impact of how hard that you hit on the spot that you're like, oh man, that's insane.
Yeah. But it doesn't happen when you punch him in like his stomach. If you punch him in the stomach, it doesn't happen anything.
Right.
Because there's a scene in the episodes where Diego's like punching him in the stomach and he doesn't get any type of damage as far as Diego getting hurt.
Right.
But I mean, when the son throws a knife at him or whatever, he winds up getting which is kind of weird. That didn't make any sense to me.
You know what that was great about that too is like, you figure they're all in decent shape for having to do the job that they do.
Absolutely.
But Alberto was like out of shape.
Yeah. He was like, I don't need to do anything.
He had like the stomach, he was just like the sit on the couch, eating junk food thing. Like
he was the sloppy one of the group.
Yeah.
He's essentially, if you really think about it, he's kind of like the blob.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But it was good though. I liked his character, and the story. It progresses to get even crazier and crazier as it goes, and I enjoyed it. It was fucking great. And I can't wait to watch the last few minutes. Yeah.
You're like, I can't wait to stop recording to watch this.
pretty much.
Good thing we have a short show.
Yeah. Another thing that I've been doing this week, I've actually been not necessarily reading, but listening to, because I bought the audiobook for Mox, the John Moxley book. And I must say, it is a great fucking listen, or a great read, however you want to say it. I don't know how do you say such a thing? Like, is it a great read? Because I'm not necessarily reading it. I'm listening to the book. So I don't know. It's a good book. Go fucking pick that shit up. Pretty much goes from like his beginnings in wrestling, a little bit of his, his background, and a lot of things. That's just like, wow. It really, like at one point he's going over how he's first learning how to wrestle and everything, and it's like, I kind of want to do it too, but then I'm also like, yeah, I'm an old fuck. I can't do that shit. Yeah. But yeah, it's a really good book. Definitely check it out. Check out Mox by John Moxley.
Wasn't he did he do like backyard shit 2 years ago?
Yeah. He started out doing backyard shit, and then he wound up going to what was it, HWA or something like that, and then he wound up going to developmentals and stuff.
Because I know like if it's hard to really like look at it, but like they've lightened up over time, but like his forehead has fucking scars from all the backyard shit.
Yeah. But not just the backyard shit, but his hardcore stuff, because he does a lot of hardcore shit.
Oh yeah.
Because he like myself, he loves the violence. And he goes about it in the book very much. Like, yeah, like he saw one thing, and he was like, I kind of want to go through that, because one thing that he does say is he loves the death matches. That's one thing that always grabbed his attention. He was like, I want to be the best at that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why he does all the hardcore shit that he does.
Yeah.
And more power to him, because he's fucking good at it. It basically goes over how he went into the G1 right after pretty much he right after he pretty much left the WWE. And how he was like he was wondering how he would be portrayed as like, oh, that one guy from the WWE that didn't make it over there is gonna come and try to do this over here, and he did good in it.
And you know what's great about him too is like he proved that he could reinvent himself into being himself.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I mean, AEW's only been around for 3 years.
Yep.
And he's been around since pretty much the beginning.
Yeah.
But you forget the Dean Ambrose character unless like they talk about the Shield.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because his Dean Ambrose solo career was great, but he was so held back by that watered down company.
Yep.
Like now, it's like the theme song hits, fucking Wild Thing starts playing, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. It's crazy because in the book he pretty much goes over at one point in the book he's like, I hated being in WWE.
Yeah.
He hated not being himself.
Yeah.
He hated having to memorize scripts that made no sense.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, I get it.
And you could see, I mean, you were able to see how much happier he was once he left.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, he was part of that panel in 2019. The one where MJF was dressed up as Painkiller. And so, Mox was sitting there along with Brandy, Cody, Jericho, Nyla, Jungle Boy, and I forget who else, but like, you know, just like, you could just see him being himself at that panel.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, you know, everything going on, the struggle, you know, the happiness in his life and, you know, becoming a dad, and then like the struggles in his life with the drinking and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and now you see him right now, he's at the level of where he needs to be. And like that promo that he cut on Dynamite was just like, you know.
Yeah, it's fucking great. And the funny thing is, like in the book, he also says that like promo days, the days that he had to do promos, which is usually was usually Wednesdays on in FCW, were like his worst days. He hated the promo days. But then you're like, wow, those promo days were days that he strived pretty much.
Yeah, he's great on the mic, and I'm excited about his book.
Yeah, it's fucking good. Definitely check it out. Whoever's out there, go check it out too. Buy the book, the regular physical book or the ebook, or even listen to the audio, because I'm listening to the audiobook. He's the one that narrates it the entire thing, and it feels good to actually hear somebody that actually wrote the book and then the story's all about actually, you know, hear what he's actually saying.
And that's why I enjoyed the Jericho books. Like I only read the first two.
Mm-hmm.
But Jericho wrote the books, and you know, and you heard the words through how he would say it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like, I still got to read his other ones, but yeah, no, I'm excited about the Mox book because like Mox is one of the, he's honestly one of my favorites in the industry.
Absolutely, he's one of my favorites right now. Yeah,
he's on my
he's on my like. Currently, he's like at the top for me.
Yeah,
he's really fucking good. He's great promo, great wrestler, awesome dude. Also, check out the podcast that he did with his wife Renee Paquette. The sessions he did an episode with her this week. Another really good episode, so check that out too. Where he pretty much this is after the book, obviously, but he goes over the whole thing of him going into rehab and everything because he chose to do that himself. He was like, the day right before Halloween, he's like, I'm going to rehab. So we did that. That was very ballsy to pretty much go on TV and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Because you don't expect people to be like, okay, yeah, you kind of like with the whole Jeff Hardy thing. Like he kind of like pigeonholed himself into doing one thing.
Yeah.
And then he fucks it up. And then he's like, yeah, you have to be forced to do things. But Mox did it because he knew he had to be better for his kid.
Yeah.
And like I have a huge respect for him for doing that. That's pretty awesome.
110%.
Yeah. So it's definitely like I said, it's the book is a really good read. Also check out, like I said, the sessions with Renee Paquette, his wife. Like I said, it's another really good episode to listen. And I think that's pretty much it that I've pretty much done this week. So I guess it's time to get into some geek shit. Right? That we usually talk about geek shit before we even get into the real geek shit for the week. But it's cool because that's what we do. And starting out with something that's super fucking interesting. Of course, I enjoyed the Green Hornet back in the day. Especially, of course, it was in reruns back then when I was younger.
Yeah.
But of course, I liked it mostly because of Bruce Lee being Kato. And we got news this week that they're pretty much canceling out the Jeff Rogan one, the Seth Rogen one. Because
I mean, I get it, but it wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible, no. But they're going with a newly like a new reimagining of it, I guess.
Okay.
And it's gonna be directed by the guy that did the Invisible Man, which was fucking good. Did you see Invisible Man?
No, it's on my list.
That shit is really good. But I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with this, especially with the person that did Invisible Man, because of course it's a different take.
But didn't Leigh Whannell do fucking Saw back in the day?
I believe so.
I believe he was the original director.
I believe so. I'm not exactly sure.
I'll pull him up. Yeah. Sorry.
He did Upgrade for.
He was in Saw. He was Adam.
Oh yeah.
But I think he did something else with it too.
Yeah, I know. From what I'm reading over here, he said he did the action thriller Blumhouse, Upgrade for Blumhouse.
No, Leigh Whannell was one of the writers.
Okay.
For Saw, along with James Wan.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, he's a talented fucking writer. So, yeah, I'd like to see his take on this.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be fun.
It's not gonna be like the goofball stoner comedy that the Seth Rogen was.
Right, exactly. It'll be just a little different, like the fact that they're trying to switch it and make it just that much more, more realistic and more spot on with things.
Yeah.
So I kind of like what they're gonna do with it. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Then another thing that came up. Of course, we've seen Archie everywhere with Riverdale and them spinning off and doing all that other stuff. But within the Archie comics, we know that there's so many different characters. And we got news that Jake Chang, who is another character within the Archie comics, that the CW is going to be working on a show based on Jake Chan. It's going to be a kind of like a thriller type spy series, which should be very interesting. Because of course, we saw Sabrina was within the Archie comics as well, and that had a decent run on Netflix. but now of course we're gonna be getting this other show that should be pretty cool. Which I'm not against it. I kind of want to see it. It's gonna be a drama. Jake Chang, um, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting because of course there's like I said previously, like there's a lot of characters um within Archie comics that you can dive into.
We'll just call it the Archieverse.
Yeah, we can call it the Archieverse. Yeah, yeah. I'm not mad at it. Yeah, but it's gonna from what they're saying, it's gonna be like a noir drama, like a noir thriller teen drama,
Okay.
which I'm kind of down for. I like it. I like where this is going. Granted, we haven't had any type of anything, but it's gonna be pretty cool. It's the mystery following a 16-year-old private investigator, and he navigates a racial and socio-economic diverse world, uh, ever gentrifying in this ever gentrifying home of Chinatown. Go figure, right? Yeah, and of course the super Richie Rich is in his high school, so it's gonna be pretty interesting to see what's gonna happen in this. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of excited to see how he brings how they bring together this whole new little world and how they make this work. It'll be interesting because of course you don't see a lot of these characters, these side characters within their world or whatever. We've seen, of course, they did Jughead. They didn't do a spin-off with Jughead, even though they could because they have a whole Jughead comic book as well.
Right.
But it'd be interesting to see what they're gonna do with this. And then another cool thing that came out this week. I think it actually came out last week, but we didn't talk about it last week. But it has been confirmed for those that really enjoy the Game of Thrones. Kit Harington, not just Kit Harington, but Jon Snow is getting a spin-off series. That's gonna be pretty fucking cool. Because I've enjoyed Game of Thrones for a good time, for a good chunk. Because I still haven't seen the last season of it, but this looked pretty fucking cool. Especially if Kit Harington at this moment has pretty much said he will be reprising his role as Jon Snow. So I kind of want to see where this is gonna go. It's gonna be pretty cool.
That means that they'll have both a sequel and a prequel series.
Yes. Yes. 2 prequel series. 2 prequel series and 1 sequel series.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be pretty cool because, of course, you gotta think about it. Like these Game of Thrones things have brought in a lot of money to HBO and to Warner Brothers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and of course, it's had a lot of a lore behind it. And people at this point were like, yo, like if he didn't really die here, what really happened to him after all this shit? How is this gonna come about? What's gonna go on within this world, and how it's gonna shape everything in the future? So it's gonna be interesting. I want to see where this is gonna go, because especially now that also he's within the Marvel universe and shit too. How is that gonna work too? Because essentially he is gonna be like who was it? Not Moon Knight. What's the other one? I don't remember. Whatever. He's supposed to be in the Marvel universe. But yeah, speaking of the Marvel universe, Kevin Feige pretty much came out this week saying that that the whole next saga for Phase 4 is pretty much starting this summer. Everything is pretty much going to be, laid out piece by piece, or it's been getting laid out piece by piece to pretty much give us a whole story as to where this is going to be going, which should be really fucking cool. I really want to see where this is going because, of course, I am invested in this. I've seen every single fucking thing that we've had from the Marvel Universe. And I know you've seen it, pretty much all of the shit too.
I've seen everything but Captain Marvel and the Eternals.
Right. And that's completely fair.
Yeah.
Especially it's fair that you haven't seen Eternals, so it's okay. It's understandable.
And technically the Inhumans, because they don't even cancel that.
Right, yeah. That's just a show that came and went. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen with this and how they and where this is gonna go. Of course, we've had ideas and we've seen that they're gonna be doing Secret Wars and stuff like that and little things here and there, so, and little teasers of shit. So it's cool that
what I like about this whole thing is when it comes down to the Marvel universe, everything is connected in some weird way.
Mm-hmm.
And like what I like is that with Miss Marvel, we got how the new kid in school, his mom, was obsessed with Kumail Nanjiani's character from Eternals, who's a
yeah.
star.
Mm-hmm.
But what's great, and this is what I texted you the other day, was that the actress that plays her mom played his mom in The Big Sick.
I forget about The Big Sick. I enjoyed the fuck out of that.
That was a great movie.
It was.
It's based on his real life.
Yeah, because he was the one that wrote it.
Yeah.
Well, between him and his wife.
Yeah, because she got sick, and that it was this whole what happened with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she was going through a lot of shit back then.
Yeah. But yeah, so with that, the other thing with the MCU is that the writers recently, the Deadpool 3 writers recently teased that he's sort of like a fish out of water.
Mm-hmm. It's true though.
He is.
It's absolutely true, because how is he going to fit into this?
Mm-hmm.
How are they going to make it work? But I want to see it.
Truthfully, he should have cameoed in
Multiverse?
Yeah, and it was great seeing Bruce Campbell as the fucking pizza guy.
Uh-huh.
But imagine if that was Deadpool.
Not the pizza guy. He was the hot dog guy.
No, he was the pizza balls. Bruce Campbell. And
wasn't he a hot dog dude? Oh yeah, he was a pizza. Yeah, never mind.
So
because you know why I said hot dog guy, because he's a vendor on the street.
Right.
That's why I said hot dog guy. Because I'm used to seeing hot dog people outside selling hot dogs, not pizza.
Right.
But I get it. It's a whole other universe.
I mean, for all we know, he's gonna pop up in the most random thing.
Yeah. I'm down for it, dude.
I'm down for it.
But yeah, it would have made sense to throw in Deadpool somewhere in there. But who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? For all we know, he's gonna pop up on. I mean, I'm not opposed to him popping up on the next MCU series after this.
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt it, but
or just about anything.
Yeah.
He could fit into just about anything, especially since he is essentially breaking the fourth wall in just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just throw him just into anything and be like, oh yeah, look, he's here. Oh, he could be over there, or he could be over here and this other thing. So there's so many problems with this. Just seeing him eventually possibly even pop up in fucking Love and Thunder. What does he have to do with anything? Right. Nothing. But he's fucking Deadpool.
For all we know, he could be a tourist. In New Asgard.
Yeah, exactly. Just walking around, seeing what the fuck is going on.
Well,
I want to see it.
Considering that they had that commercial with him and Korg.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Anything is possible.
Yeah. Anything is fucking possible. I'm so down for it. I want to see what they're going to do with it. I want to see where they're going to go, especially for phase 4. because of course, like we said, like there's a lot of shit that they could dive into. So many things that they can work into the future of the MCU. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be interesting. I'm down for it all.
I mean, fucking Blade. They said starts shooting this summer.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
which is fucking dope. And also, like what I was reading earlier was like Wesley Snipes is down for it. Like, oh, this looks cool. It doesn't have to be R rated. It does. That's what he said. It doesn't have to be R rated.
Right.
Of course, the original ones were, because
Yeah.
of course there was a lot of blood and also a lot of sexy times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't necessarily need all that, even though it's cool to have it, but it doesn't need it. But it'd be interesting to see what they're gonna do with it. I really want to see this, especially since they've been teasing it for like 3 years already.
Yeah.
And we had a glimpse of it of Mahershala Ali in fucking
Oh, the Eternals.
yeah, at the end, very spoilers for the end of Eternals. He shows up. He shows up physically, but you hear him and you hear him talking about things. But
Uh-huh.
it's pretty cool. I want to see where they're gonna go with that. I want to see where Phase 4 goes and how it's gonna work into the whole universe and how it makes sense and how they make it make sense. I want to see it. I want it now. I want it now. I need it. And then I guess you can go into the final piece for this week. Is that we've spoken plenty of times that they've been kind of talking about getting Wonder Man into the whole mix of things.
Yeah.
A character that is very beloved and very, very, very fucking cool. Something that they've kind of teased previously. And for a second, they had a poster of him in, I don't remember what movie it was, but I think it was um, some shit. But they were teasing Wonder Man in something in a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm blanking on what it was too.
Yeah, but it looks like it's actually happening. It's actually happening. They haven't said exactly for who's gonna be, but it is saying that Andrew Guest will serve as a head writer and executive producer for the MCU series uh, that is being developed by Destin Daniel Cretton, that is being developed at Disney Plus.
And fans have been petitioning to get Nathan Fillion to play him.
Yes.
And I am like, please.
Yes, please.
we could,
Nathan Fillion is fucking great.
I mean,
He's fucking great.
Unfortunately, we couldn't get him as Nathan Drake outside of the fan-made film that he made.
Fair, yes.
But, not saying Uncharted was bad. It was actually a fun movie. I recommend it.
As it should be.
Yeah, like once you got out of the whole like, wait, but he's Spider-Man. Like, no, this is good.
Yeah.
But no, Nathan Fillion is the first thing I ever saw him in. So I didn't watch Firefly, but the first thing I ever saw him in was Buffy the Vampire Slayer toward the end of the series. We played the priest, and like I remember him like pushing his thumb into fucking Xander's eye.
Ah,
the eye
yes.
patch.
Yes.
And he was creepy as fuck then, but then like he later would be in a million other things that were fun and great. And then
I loved him in Firefly. I also loved him in Repo, the opera, the rock opera.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, watch that. That shit is good.
I liked him as a head in fucking, what was the Drew Barrymore show with Timothy the Elephant?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know what show we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm blanking on.
It was a Netflix show.
Yeah, and it's a shame that show got canceled. But what happened is that what you call it? what happened is that he left that series, and so it was actually his buddy filled in for him, fucking Alan Tudyk.
Two dicks.
Yeah, basically what they did was they, you know, after a while, like the head started decaying, and so like they just covered him with a sheet, and it was him
Mm-hmm.
voicing the character because Alan Tudyk is amazing.
Yeah, two dicks is great.
Yeah. uh, so, but no, with Nathan Fillion, like his characters are always good. He's always enjoyable to watch, and he's such a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Like he deserves to finally be cast as something great. I mean, come on, just his small part in fucking Suicide Squad.
Fucking fantastic, dude. Fucking fantastic.
With the detachable arms, like doing the bitch
Yeah.
slap.
Mr. TDK. It's fucking amazing.
But no, like he looks like Wonder Man.
Yeah.
You know?
Why the fuck not put him into it?
Why the
I
fuck
want it.
not?
I want it. He was in the Venture Brothers. He was in the Santa Clarita Diet. That's the one that he was in with.
Yeah. Well, that was a great fucking show.
With Drew Barrymore's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, like, yeah, cast him as Wonder Man.
Mm-hmm.
But no, the fact that we're living in a comic book world where now we're getting live action characters that you wouldn't think to put onto screen.
Yeah.
I mean, would you have thought Moon Knight was going to get a show?
No.
Like, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, forget about S.H.I.E.L.D. That was its own thing. It was whatever. But think of
S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't that bad.
I watched it straight through. Like, I did. I watched it straight through. You know, after I fell off for a while, but due to other things, not because I gave up, but like I ended up just going back and just going through, you know, the whole series.
It got way better after a while.
It did. So what happened is that we never thought we'd get a Daredevil show that was as good as what it was, especially because you had everything going on because the whole like shitty Ben Affleck movie, and then I would have never thought we were gonna get a Jessica Jones show, a Luke Cage, an actual good Punisher, and then Iron Fist.
Yeah.
And even a Defenders thing. You know,
Defenders was good.
Like,
Yeah.
Defenders was great, but then you got things like Miss Marvel, who this character's so fucking new, and she has this like, and so you have all this, and then
a lot of lore into the whole Bengals. The whole, especially now that they're making it about the Bengals and not necessarily her being an Inhuman, because that's what her story was in the comics. She wasn't Inhuman.
Yeah.
Or she became an Inhuman.
But then you have, you know, like I said, we have Moon Knight, which I never would have expected to get a Moon Knight show.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you're getting this. Now you're getting fucking like you're getting Wonder Man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's like, who would have ever guessed that we would get something like an obscure character?
Yeah. It's great. It's great. I love it. It is a great time to be a geek.
It is.
Absolutely, and I love it.
Is.
Cannot wait for more. I want it. I want it all. Give it to us all, damn it. Come on, Disney. Do your thing. Do your evil thing, Disney. You do the evil thing so good. But yeah.
The House of Mouse.
Oh, the House of Mouse. Yeah.
The true House of M.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the episode title. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, anything else you want to add to this?
Not as far as I know. fucking we didn't. Well, I mean, we really didn't get into Kenobi.
No, we didn't. We
Um,
didn't.
I mean, the most I'll say, check out the bonus round. And like Kenobi as a series. I mean, I'm gonna spoil it because it was like a couple of days ago already.
It's been a week.
Yeah.
He says, "See, when this episode goes up, it's been a week."
Mm-hmm. So the fact that they just basically said fuck the original movies and then Obi-Wan killed Vader, that was amazing. Uh, no, but like it was great. This was a perfect retcon to the prequels.
Yep.
It gave us all the parts of the movies that we really thoroughly enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And even the person going, "Oh, I didn't like it," is like, yeah, you did.
Yeah. There's still likability within the movies that weren't that great.
Exactly.
And what they did, they expanded upon the likabilities throughout this show.
I love that Obi-Wan started out wearing dark colors and ended wearing light colors.
Yep.
He was finally at his inner peace.
Yep.
The most heart-crushing moment of the finale, though, was after he fucked up Vader.
Yeah.
And I like that it's how he got that scar on his head. But when he's like, "I'm sorry for everything," and like he was fucking crying because that was his, was his brother.
That's his boy. That's his homie.
And the blending of the voices between Hayden and James Earl Jones, like where like the devices all fucked up, and it was great hearing the infamous asthma wheezing.
Yeah. Oh, the asthma wheezing was killing me, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
It's like it made you go like, but you're still Anakin.
I was like, you want my inhaler here? Take it.
I thought the Ian McDiarmid cameo was nice.
Yeah.
But then the best cameo, that being Ghost Qui-Gon.
Hell yeah, dude. Which is something that we kind of touched on the bonus round.
And it's something that we wanted since 2005.
Absolutely.
Like why is he not in this?
Yeah. But also the thing is also like we kind of know that something we spoke about in the bonus round as well is that like Obi-Wan was actually the reason that he wasn't able to see the Force Ghost was because he wasn't fully powerful, because in this show he's essentially regaining his powers all the way straight through until the very end. And once he's to that point at the very end, that's when he's able to see the Force Ghost.
And that's why in his fight against Vader in the episode 3, like he was weak.
Yeah.
And like because the first time you had to fight somebody of that caliber in years, and now
in over 10 years.
And now with this, he's stronger. He was able to use the Force and like take the rocks, and like you see he was like fully fucking But Obi-Wan as a whole, it was really the chef's kiss to that to those
fucking fantastic, dude.
It was great seeing Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan, and it was actually I was really happy to see Hayden Christensen back.
Me too.
Me too. Like it wasn't him; it was the writing, and like, but what was it? It was on Screen Crush, I believe, with Ryan Airy. Like he said it best. Like no, it wasn't him. It was Eric Voss from New Rockstars, because I watched like both videos, and he was like, the sole piece of like Hayden Christensen's best acting is when he was like, Anakin is dead. Yeah. And I like how this is going to tie into the movies now with the, with the Vader killed your father, the whole certain point of view thing. A certain point of view, like it makes that whole thing make more sense.
Yeah, it really does.
I gotta say, Minikube was great.
Minikube was a fucking man, dude.
And then
Fucking love Minikube.
Kumail Nanjiani's character was great.
It was awesome.
You know, because he basically plays himself.
Yeah.
He's the comic relief you need in an uncomfortable situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was really great, and
Yeah.
I really hope that they do a second season because
Me too.
it's, as I said to you, it's like it's very rare when your two main actors want to do more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because think about the rigorous training and shit they go through, but the fact that both Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor want to do another season, it's like
Yep.
please listen to your stars and give us that.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for like 3 seasons like The Mandalorian, which is
Yeah.
possibly getting a 4th season.
Of course.
Like, I'm asking for one more.
Yeah.
You know,
I
like,
want to see one more season, but what I really want to see, I want to see more of Moses Ingram. She's fucking great.
oh, Ariva?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was fantastic. I love
Yeah.
how her coming of age, like her transition into,
Yeah.
you know,
From the third sister to essentially becoming the Grand Inquisitor to essentially redeeming herself.
yeah, by going, like, just all by seeing Luke knocked out in like the fucking cat and like the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so like, oh yeah, the other thing that was really good too is like when uh when Uncle Owen like got hurt and then was limping, and then that
Mm-hmm.
you see like in the movie he walks with a limp.
Yep.
I'm like, they tied everything in,
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
You know, like, yeah, and of course, the series ends with "Hello there."
Yeah. Yep. It's fantastic.
And
One thing that I did notice, one that actually I noticed on screen when Tree first noticed it as well, was that in every episode, it pretty much goes along with the prequels to the sequel to the originals.
yes,
How the first one starts in Tatooine, the second one starts in in like a big city or whatever. Then it goes into the dark place, and then it goes.
the third one was in Mustafar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fucking great. I fucking love how they did that.
and my last tie-in with this is that I really enjoyed that, like when Obi-Wan is packing up his cave.
Mm-hmm.
In the bag is the toy ship that Luke is playing with in Episode 4.
Yeah,
So well done,
really cool shit, dude.
really fucking great. Like, this was an amazing series,
Absolutely.
and as we said from the beginning, right? We said this a couple of weeks. We said this 6 weeks ago. Was that Kenobi? The first 5 minutes of Kenobi had that first season, first episode Mandalorian vibe.
Mm-hmm.
This was like, I'm in love with Star Wars again.
Yeah.
The only thing that this season of Kenobi was missing was the tag team of Filoni and Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
That was it.
But huge props to Deborah Cho, who directed these episodes.
Fantastic. Like, she didn't just give us an Obi-Wan Kenobi series. She gave us what the fans wanted from an Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Mm-hmm.
Every single episode, and even if the episode was a little on the slower side, it had to be to tell that story.
Yeah, exactly.
And like,
was this the first Disney show that was directly by just one person?
I believe it was, yeah.
Because every other Disney show that's for Star Wars related has had multiple directors in every single episode. But this was the first one that I've noticed that is only just one person directing the entire show.
The only other time this was done, at least in my opinion, was the director of Loki did every episode.
Okay.
And unfortunately, she's not coming back for season 2. But
yeah,
I'm sure that whoever's taking it her place will do it justice. But
right.
For Star Wars, yes, Deborah Cho direct every episode was all her, and she really gave us what we wanted.
Yeah, she did. She really did.
Like, when I watched it, I'm like, I'm good now. Like, thank you, but I still
Yeah,
want more.
for sure. Yeah, give me more. Give me more. May I have some more, please?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, definitely down for it, dude. Super excited. So yeah, I guess that wraps it up for this week. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you guys go to InnerCityGeeks.net. We got a whole bunch of shit sometimes because we got this show, we got Suplex City Geeks. We also have Bryce J Presents and all the other shit that's over there. A lot of the old stuff as far as It's Poppin', uh, InnerCityGeeks Turntable, First Watch, Comic Schools of One Manga Time Anime World, InnerCityGeeks Webcomic, as well as what is it? Uh, Good Games. So much shit is over there. Go check all that shit out. Then we also got links to some pretty cool ass places. As far as if you want to watch some more wrestling stuff, go check out the link to Fight TV. You get to watch a lot of cool wrestling shits over there. We'll do that. And then there's also links to So Sick Clothing Company, where you get some pretty cool shirts, hats, and hoodies and stuff. Made by Geeks for Geeks. So type in the Inner City Geeks for 15% off your entire purchase. That's So Sick. It's SOESIC clothing.co. Check all that out over there. Again, it's Inner City Geeks for 15% off. Then we have Beard Octanes for your beardly goodness. Of course, we have our beards here. We enjoy having our beards and making them look nice all the time. So you get some beard oils, balms, butters, and if you really need a little bit of a trim in your beard, like I kind of need a little trim this weekend, I'm gonna be doing that. Um, they got a lot of tools there for you. So type in ICG10 for 10% off over there at Beard Octane, and like I said, get 10% off. Go do that. Then we got links to Amazon where you get your first month free of Amazon Prime. Go do that shit now. Watch the first few episodes of The Boys, because that shit is fucking great. Watch that, then or you can just get Amazon Prime for free. You will get your first month free of Amazon Prime because, of course, you wanna buy stuff for cheaps and stuff. Get it shipped to your house for free because we all hate fucking paying shipping in a lot of places. So if you get it for free, why the fuck not? Especially now that I believe in the next couple weeks we're gonna have Prime Week. I think it is. That's in the next couple weeks. Do that shit. Get some cool shit on Amazon Prime. It's gonna have a lot of deals and stuff over there. Check that out. Then CBDMD for their CBD good stuff over there. I think that's pretty much it for all the links and for all the cool places. Oh, Sideshow Collectibles, because toys are awesome. Check out Sideshow Collectibles. There's a lot of cool shit over there. Go do that over there too. It's fucking great. Go check out Sideshow Collectibles. They got a lot of cool shit over there. There's a lot of cool Star Wars stuff. Do that. Then you can listen to the show on SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, Google Podcasts, and on motherfucking Spotify. Check us out over there. Then you could find this show on the socials. You can find us on the Facey Space on facyspace.com/InnerCityGeeks, on Twitter at InnerCityGeeks, on Instagram at InnerCityGeeks. And where can we find you, Senor Brian?
You could find me getting ready to go watch The Boys. Yeah. And make some lunch or dinner. But no, you can check me out on all the social media stuff. Check out Bright2J Presents on Twitter and Instagram. Check out bright2jpresents.com for more. All my videos are up there, blogs and whatnot. A link to this show.
Mm-hmm.
And then also check the YouTube channel, Bright2J Presents. Videos will be coming back as soon as I can. I got a bunch of stuff from Diamond Select I got to review. And that actually came to me like within 2 days of me living here. So like I'm bringing like all boxes upstairs,
Of course.
from all the orders, and it's like, oh, and here's Diamond. So thank you, Diamond. I will get you guys as soon as I can. They already know the deal. So yeah, cool stuff coming. And where can I find you?
You guys can find me on the Instagram and the Twitters at Mr. Jackal, MisterJackal. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. Let us know what you think about the show, dude. You guys, we know you're there. Just let us know what you're thinking, how you feel about what we say and stuff on the show. Because, of course, we say a lot of shit all the time. So let us know what you think. So, yeah, we'd appreciate that. We appreciate you. Like I said, it's been great. We're just about to hit 300. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. Thank you guys for listening again. I said that like 18 times already today. But, because it's true. I appreciate you guys. Showing my gratitude towards you guys. Don't be a dick. But always remember, the geeks shall inherit the earth.